I'm so on, you can't turn me off. I'm not real sure why you even try. I'm the dude that you never see. I stay low key and you all know.
On March 3rd, all Explorer Middle School 8th graders took a field trip to Castles and Coasters. We were able to experience Newton's 3 laws of motion through the many attractions at the park. Our purpose of the trip was to expand our knowledge on Newton's 3 laws of motion and to better understand how they work.
Unbalanced force is stopping them, and then another unbalanced force will push against them backwards so that they will go backwards around the ride. Here we go.
Everybody ready to go forward? Everyone want to go backward? Yeah.
Here we go, the unbalanced force. There's the unbalanced force's push. The unbalanced force is now accelerating. They're going backwards. Now the brakes are slowing them down. The second unbalanced force is acting upon them to make them stop. They're now slowing down and the brakes are stopping them. The unbalanced force stopped the ride. The brakes. There you go, that's Newton's first law for you. It's stopped now. The object is now at rest.
Newton's first law of motion states that an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion until acted upon by an outside force. No matter what I do to this ball, as long as I don't touch it, it will not move from its state of rest. Now, let's see what happens when a force is applied to the ball. So, notice how the ball remained on the tee and it was at rest that whole time. Now, when I coil back to hit the ball, I get ready to swing, I'm loading up some power. And when I transfer the power from the bat to the ball, the ball will result in motion. So, one last time. The object is at rest, I'm not touching it, and until I touch it, then it'll keep staying at rest. It'll remain at rest. So, that's Newton's first law. Newton's first law also states that an object in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. In this case, we are playing catch. So, for this example, my glove is the outside force stopping the ball in motion. So, when the ball is in motion is stopped, it will go into a state of rest. Thank you for watching Newton's first law. The tee, that's just light work. Live BP is where it's at. Woo! Ah!
Okay, for Newton's second law of motion, it states that force equals mass times acceleration. Here at the log ride called Splashdown at Castle Coasters, it shows a perfect example of force equals mass times acceleration. The force in this is gravity pulling down the log. The mass is the mass of the log that helps the acceleration go faster. So the larger the mass of the log, the more the log is going to accelerate down the big drop. And the big drop has force of, the log has force of gravity pulling down, and then the mass of the log makes it go faster, which means it accelerates faster.
Clay, we coming out of the tunnel. Clay, we coming out of the tunnel and shirts are all off.
Back right in this, yeah!
Sean! I love you!
So sophisticated.
I love the back. The back is way better.
I had the back last time.
Hey, here comes
Drop
the
number
drop.
one, yeah.
You know, we going down.
It's going down.
Hey, what's up, my man?
Great race.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, last time he shot him.
Right.
Right here, just. I thought they said don't rock the boat.
Backwards.
Yeah, back flip,
Over the rail.
back flip, front flip, sideways flip.
Look at this. I want to ride that one. Go, Cam
That's what we're gonna look like after that drop.
Cam Tardio, I love you. Oh yeah.
They really need to put some grip on these bars.
Just move down from here.
Yeah. The video's gonna look all shaky because of this. Tyler didn't know where to put his hands up or down. Okay, so we got a nice sausage board over there. Sausage is the spice of life. Let's go. Brace yourself
All right.
now. Do not lean forward.
Lean forward and jump out. Alrighty.
And this is the part where everyone jumps off. They're like, no, can't do it, man. Hey, the go-karts are going in. Okay, are you guys ready? Your training for 6.5 months and 0 days, I guess, has come for this. Let's do this! Yeah! Oh yeah! I literally lifted on my shirt to dry off my GoPro's camera, and it got right under my shirt. Right under.
Did you like get the were you like going down? Were you like looking at your shirt?
No, I was going.
It'd be so anticlimactic going
Looking
up.
up.
You're like, ah!
Hook drop.
To exit to your right. Please use the handrail and extreme.
Newton's second law of motion states that force equals mass times acceleration. For this example, I will be kicking a football over a basketball hoop. This demonstrates Newton's second law of motion because my foot is applying a force on the ball, and the force of my foot has a greater mass than the football does. So the football will accelerate in a straight direction over the basketball hoop. Now, let's see what happens when I apply the force. It's good. Newton's third law of motion states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So when I dribble this ball, the ball exerts a force on the ground, and the ground exerts a force back on the ball. And the ball will bounce back up to me because of the force that the ground is exerting on the ball. So when you're more advanced at basketball, you could do dribbling skills like this. Okay, Newton's third law of motion states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So when I throw the ball against the backboard, I exert a force on the ball, and the backboard exerts an opposite force on the ball, and the ball bounces back to me. So in real life, it'll look like this.
Why do I think it is important to learn about Newton's 3 laws? Because they are all around us and they are acting upon us all the time. They tie into almost everything we see in everyday life. For example, Newton's first law: an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion until acted upon by an outside force. This basically means that whatever velocity something starts out with, that velocity, both speed and direction, will not change unless something else in the universe exerts a force on it. In other words, any object cannot change its motion on its own. It needs something else to push, pull, or otherwise exert a force on it. So, if you remember my first law of motion example, when I was hitting the ball off the tee, the ball was at rest until an unbalanced force acted upon it, or in this case, my bat. Then, once the object was in motion, inertia carried it until gravity finally brought it down. Also, Newton's second law, force equals mass times acceleration, is what it states. Basically, acceleration is produced when a force acts on a mass. The greater the mass, the greater the amount of force is needed to accelerate the object. So, if you remember my second law of motion example with the log ride, once the log reached the peak of the mountain, then gravity started pulling down on the log, and the force of gravity was greater than the mass of the log, so the log accelerated in a downwards motion to the bottom of the ride. And one last example, Newton's third law. It states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, if you remember my third law of motion example, dribbling the basketball, friction stops the basketball from going through the ground. If there was no friction, the basketball could go through the ground unharmed. I think all of these examples demonstrate how important Newton's laws are in our everyday life. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.